Hello friends, welcome back to Ouroboros Tarot. So today we are going to be looking into what blessings are coming your way. Where are you energetically currently? What's shifting for you energetically currently? And what blessings are on their way to you? So this was a really fun reading to do. And I will say that when it comes to where you're at energetically, the cards definitely were picking up on heavier energy, I think, to emphasize the shifts that are coming your way. So if there's anything that you may not be ready to hear, perhaps this isn't the time for you to watch this video. However, they were all positive in the sense that we're all having gifts coming our way. So I hope that you enjoy. I have 4 groups for you to choose from. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Find the pile that sits right with your energy, and I will see you in a minute. Hello, Pile 1. If you chose this flower, then this is going to be your reading on what is currently energetically influencing you, and also what is shifting energetically and what blessings are on their way for you. So this pile right here is going to represent your current energy as well as the current outside energies that are influencing you at the moment or affecting you in some way. And this pile is going to be what is shifting energetically for you. This is going to be representative of what blessings are coming your way. And then this is a card representing what you are currently working through or working on. So let's go ahead and get on into it. We'll go ahead and leave that here, and we're going to put these over here as well. So currently, energetically, you are being represented as the spotted lanternfly and the gambler. And energetically, outside influences that are affecting you currently are the heart eater and ungrateful daughter and earthly mother, as well as the pilgrim and the self. And then we also have right here shame. You are not flawed. You are so worthy of love and belonging. Forgive yourself for not giving yourself enough self-love. So, Pile 1, I feel like currently you are showing up in an energy of somebody who perhaps doesn't have a lot of faith in themselves or a lot of trust in themselves. This spotted lanternfly is an invasive species for one, so you could be viewing yourself right now in a manner in which you feel inferior. And it's also, because it's an invasive species, it's also an energy of destruction or of turmoil. And with shame being here as well, and with the self being an outside influence, I'm really sensing that for some reason you are being incredibly hard on yourself. And you also aren't giving yourself enough credit when it comes to the choices that you're making or your intuition, which I feel like is honestly being affected right now because there is another person's energy that is currently influencing yours. Here with the heart eater and the ungrateful daughter and the earthly mother, I'm sensing that there is somebody in your life currently or who has recently left your physical space, who has made you feel unworthy or who has tricked you into believing that you are this awful spotted lanternfly when that couldn't be further from the truth. And I'm sensing that with the pilgrim here, you might be in search of a home currently, which could be why there's this energy of feeling inferior. But the pilgrim is an energy of searching. It goes beyond just movement, although I think that's the biggest thing I'm picking up on energetically is like movement of some kind. However, this could also be indicative of studying. You might be in school currently. But yeah, I'm sensing that there's somebody here right now who is really negative in your life and has kind of put their energy onto you and kind of attempted to put your flame out in an attempt to keep their flame going, if that makes sense. And if that's resonating with you, first of all, I hope that this person goes away. No one should be treating you in a way that makes you feel less than, or makes you feel as though you're not worthy of respect or your presence is unwanted. And of course there's things like boundaries and all of that, and there are instances when people can't be there for one another for whatever reason, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like an energy of somebody who is kind of like soul sucking. It feels really, really dark and heavy, and it's not you. You're just kind of stuck in its vacuum. But that's what I'm seeing currently energetically for you. Then let's go to what's shifting for you energetically. So these cards here are going to, these first two cards are going to represent what is going on, how you're going to start showing up in life. So these two cards here were how you are energetically showing up for yourself and in life in general currently. And this is how it's shifting. So we have the Moth and the Thief. We also have the Empty Room and the Starborn. And we have Cosmic Exploration and Left Out with the Wolves. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the Thief and the Moth, because what I think is interesting is that this moth looks a lot like this spotted lanternfly. Like I've never seen a spotted lanternfly, so I don't necessarily know if I saw one in person if I would think, oh, that's a moth. But in my little little brain and how I classify things, these look pretty similar. But the difference is that the moth is not an invasive species. It's almost like you're currently going through some sort of shift in which your self-image is changing in terms of how you see yourself. And I think currently in this current energy, your self-image is very warped. And what's shifting is that warped energy that you're feeling is disappearing, and slowly but surely you're going to be able to look in the mirror and perhaps remember who you are, or see the truth of who you are, which is not somebody who is this destructive, awful, invasive creature, but rather somebody who is human and has a lot to offer and is worthy of love. Another thing with this moth is that moths are really attracted to the light. And what I feel, sometimes this can indicate that you have found yourself a false or artificial light. But I'm not sensing that here. What I'm sensing is a really powerful transformation in which you find your own inner light. And it's confirmed with this light attribute of the Thief, and it literally says sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. I feel like this heart eater and this ungrateful daughter have really, this person or this entity, perhaps it's like a job, something like that. Whatever is resonating with you has really kind of triggered you into forgetting that they can't take the riches within you. They've only tricked you, and they've always been there. And with Starborn and cosmic exploration, I'm sensing that you are very soon here going to be realizing how fated and magical and destined you are for wonderful things. I'm sensing that you're going to start exploring what it is that you want more, exploring perhaps even law of attraction, and just playing with it. But really with the Starborn here, I'm sensing that you're finally coming into a sense of power and understanding of just how divine you are. And with the empty room and left out with the wolves, this is kind of giving me the same energy of the pilgrim, although it's like shifted. Like, I don't know if maybe this is a roommate that you have, or like somebody that you're in partnership right now that you're trying to separate from. But I'm sensing that this is going to be severed with left out with the wolves and then the empty room. I'm sensing that there is going to be a period of solitude here in which you really nurture yourself, and you don't give this heart eater person the time of day. Yeah, and then in terms of what is the biggest blessing coming your way, we have abundance. So I want to go ahead and get some tarot to try to get more information on what this blessing is in terms of abundance that is coming your way. So let's get on into it. Maybe what I should do is go like this. Okay. Okay. Can you please clarify what this abundance is coming their way? What abundance is coming their way? Oh my God. Okay, we have the Lovers. What abundance is coming their way? We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the World. What abundance is coming their way? Okay. Eight of Swords reversed. The Four of Cups. The Emperor. The Knight of Cups. The Seven of Cups. And on the back of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. Pile 1, what abundance is coming your way? So I would say that with the Seven of Swords being the bottom of the deck energy, a lot of truth is coming your way, and a lot of being able to see the truth, I think, of this other individual is on its way. With the Thief here, and then with the Seven of Swords, I don't know if like there is like an abundance of money that is like almost, I feel like there's like an opportunity, there could be potentially an opportunity to make a lot of money in a way that is like so easy it almost feels deceptive, if that makes sense. But it's not, I'm not condoning anything like that. And I don't think that like it's indicating like actual like crime. It's more like there's just like there's a bunch of opportunities coming your way that almost seem too good to be true. But these are the blessings that are on their way to you. And I think with the 8 of Swords being reversed and then the 7 of Cups, I feel like there's also going to be an abundance of you coming out of a self-victimized mentality in a way, and into an abundance mindset. The 7 of Cups can indicate confusion sometimes, but with this 8 of Swords being reversed, this is indicating to me that you're coming out of a state of confusion or a state of not knowing how to go about things, and into a state of realizing that there are no wrong choices. Anything that you choose is going to be the right choice for you. There's just like a level of confidence here. And the biggest thing that I'm getting with the 7 of Swords is the admitting to yourself that you've been lying to yourself about what it is that you deserve. And then with the World here and the Knight of Cups, I'm sensing perhaps travel to see somebody, like a romantic interest. But really the biggest thing that I'm getting from this world is a cycle coming to an end. And I think for a lot of you it is an unhealthy romantic cycle that's coming to an end, and something else is coming toward you. We have the Lovers here and the 4 of Cups. I'm sensing that offers, like an abundance of offers, are going to be starting to come in terms of romance, in terms of love. And if you're already in a connection of some kind that doesn't have to do with this like really terrible person that I've been picking up on, or just like terribly really low energy, low vibrational person that I've been picking up on, I'm sensing like an understanding, like if there's been a lack thereof in terms of understanding one another or meeting in the middle, that is going to be going away, and there's going to be an abundance of understanding. But I think for most of you, this is more like it's raining potential partners. And I think that this 4 of Cups is really indicating that, like, keep your head up, don't be looking down, keep your head up, and start being aware of the offers that are coming in around you, because you might be missing them. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor. This is more this is also giving me the energy of like hominess, how we were talking about how like I feel like some of you might be moving or something like that. The Ace of Pentacles is yet again talking about stable energy, and with the Emperor here, I'm sensing that one thing that's coming in that's really going to be abundant for you in the near future has to do with others caring for you or being protective of you and helping you be stable. There's a fresh start coming in, and financially I think that you're going to benefit from this. It's very it feels like the biggest energy that I'm getting from all of this is like a clean slate in which you feel empowered, and things are able to stabilize for you. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead. I'm going to get one affirmation for you guys before we go. What affirmation is there for pile 1? I can't control the world, but I can control how I choose to perceive it. Yeah, I feel a perspective shift for you, and in that perspective shift, profound things are going to be happening. And in all honesty, I'm not even sure if they are things that are going to be happening that weren't there already, or if it's just because you shifted your perspective, suddenly you are aware of all of these opportunities that were there from the very beginning, but now you trust yourself enough to take action. It's very exciting. I'm very excited for you guys, pile 1. Please let me know in the comment section down below if this resonated with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I will get to see you in another video soon. Bye. Hello, group 2. If you chose this flower, then this is going to be your reading on what energetic shifts are happening and what blessings are coming your way. So these cards here are going to represent what is going on with you energetically currently, how you're showing up in life, what is influencing you energetically. These are going to be representative of what is shifting energetically for you. This card is going to represent what blessings are coming your way. And this card represents something that you are currently working on. So let's go ahead and get on into it. So I'm going to just set these to the side for right now, and let's see what's coming through. So right now you're showing up in life as the chickadee and the knight, and energetically what's influencing you, we have the queen and the nectar. We also have body as a house and labyrinth. And in terms of what you are working through currently, we have envy. Remind yourself that no one has it all. It's okay to celebrate others' successes. You truly are good enough. Okay. So this is a really interesting energy that I'm picking up on pile 2. With this chickadee energy, I feel like currently you don't necessarily feel as though you are really being authentic to yourself, but rather perhaps are trying to show up in the way that is convenient for others. With this queen here, I'm sensing that there might be a particular person in your energetic field currently that you are focusing on in this. And with knight here, I sense that it could be romantic. And if it isn't with this queen person, there is energetically an energy here, There is an energy here currently of you focusing on romance in some way, shape, or form. And with body as a house here, I feel like you could potentially be trying to use your body as a way in which to connect with another or to try to solidify something. And if it's not that, with envy here, I'm also picking up on perhaps you working on being comfortable in your own skin currently. And also with labyrinth, I'm sensing some overthinking as well. And lastly, with nectar here, I feel like this is signifying your desire to heal. The nectar is medicine, so this could be signifying that perhaps you are drinking. However, it could also be signifying that you are actively seeking help, whether that's through therapy or you're trying to get to know yourself and what works for you in order to feel good. I'm not sensing a victim mentality here by any means. I'm picking up on the energy of somebody who kind of recognizes what it is that they want to work on or what it is that they want more of in their life and is actively working toward it. But yeah, that's what I'm sensing energetically currently. Let's see what's shifting for you. So we have the Mouse and the Engineer. We also have Alchemy and Your Dreams Are Closer Than You Think, the Shadow, and the Temple. Okay, so I feel like what's one of the biggest differences I'm seeing here has to do with this Knight shifting into the Engineer. So the light attributes of the Engineer are the ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. I'm picking up on you perhaps moving beyond simply making decisions emotionally or having emotional reactions to things and coming into a more centered approach in which you use both your emotional space as well as your analytical space in order to make decisions and respond to the world around you, as well as to decide what it is that you want. And in doing so with this Engineer, I feel like, for one, if you look behind this Engineer, there's like all these gears. It looks really confusing. And then if you look here, it has kind of the same energy as the Labyrinth. And what I'm sensing is that like you're shifting out of this confusing, murky thought pattern that you might be stuck in currently of overthinking, and you're coming out of that with solutions for yourself. And in doing so with Alchemy here, in finding the solutions, you're also creating solutions. You're creating new ideas. You're creating new pathways for yourself. And with the Mouse here, I feel like this Mouse energy is kind of shifting out of envy, where energetically when there's envy, it's kind of a mindset of you versus everyone else, or you against everyone else. And the Mouse is a much more social, communicative, extroverted creature. And I'm sensing an energy shift from viewing others as perhaps competition or as a threat to teammates, to friends, to potential positive, healthy connections. And with Dreams Are Closer Than You Think, it seems like you're moving out of trying to navigate the world as this chickadee, in the sense of trying to adapt to your surroundings, and instead you're just present in your surrounding as authentically as you possibly can be. And because of this, the universe is responding by sending you more authentic desires or blessings back in return. And then we have the Shadow and the Temple. I feel like with this Shadow, this is kind of what I was talking about here, where I don't necessarily see anything indicating like a victim mentality. I see somebody who is really self-aware and willing to grow. And with the Shadow here, I'm sensing an integration of that shadow self, where there may be, in the past or currently, there might be a little bit of desire to not look at that entirely. It's being embraced here as a shift that's showing up. And with Temple, I'm sensing that you're going beyond this body as a house and feeling much more stable in who you are, and therefore not putting as much emphasis on how others respond to you or how others choose to connect with you. And then in terms of what the most prominent blessing coming your way is, we have hunger. So I'm going to go ahead and see what this is about. Let's go ahead and get some tarot to clarify what this hunger is about. Please clarify what this hunger is. Okay. The Knight of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Okay. So right off the bat, what I will say with this hunger, the biggest energy that I'm getting based on these cards alone isn't hunger like, oh, what's shifting for you, what blessings are going to come your way, you're going to be hungry. No, of course not. This is indicative of what blessings are coming your way. And what I am sensing very powerfully right now, very intensely, is that it feels like the whole world is kind of like opening up, or your perspective is changing in a way, or like there's all of these doors that suddenly have become unlocked for you, and you're realizing that there is so much more to what it is that you can ask for, to what it is that you deserve. And suddenly there's this inspiration to go beyond what your wildest dreams used to be. But let's keep going. Explain this hunger. Clarify hunger. We have the Eight of Pentacles, okay. We have the Eight of Swords, okay. The Eight of Cups and the Moon. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Fool. Okay. Pile 2. So, the first thing I want to say with this Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups, the first thing that comes to mind is you're no longer, in terms of hunger and what blessings are coming your way, there is some growth that is happening right now within you that is causing you to, very soon, I think you'll reach this point where you're no longer going to feel as though you have to settle or kind of keep the playing field balanced in terms of, honestly, I feel like in romance, because with this Knight here, it feels like there's romantic energy that is really being focused on right now for you. But I feel like you're coming out of a period of hunger in which you will take scraps, and instead you're going into a place within yourself in which you are willing to walk away in order to, like, it's like as soon as you realize that something isn't what you want, someone isn't showing up as it's like you're not wasting your time anymore, where and I know I have done this before in the past, where I'm not as mindful as I could be about what it is that I'm looking for, and because of that, I'm just kind of like aimlessly going from connection to connection. I've done this in the past, and because I can't recognize what it is that I want, I'm also not recognizing when I'm wasting my time, and I think that you're moving out of that. And with the Six of Wands here and the Eight of Swords, you're also moving out of like a lack mindset, which is another thing that's indicative of hunger. You're stepping out of this like what if energy, and you're kind of coming into an energetic space in which you know that what is for you is not going to miss you, and you are going to be successful. And I don't mean successful in the sense of like every time you put yourself out there, every single person is going to fall in love with you. Not by any means. That's not healthy, and that's not how human interactions work. Rejection is a good thing, and rejection is good both ways around, as uncomfortable as it can be. But I think there's this element of like bravely facing that rather than kind of just like, again, taking scraps or like having the mentality that you're not even going to come out on top, so what's the point? There's this energy of like taking a more active approach to your life and feeling confident in yourself. And with the Page of Swords here and the Moon, the Page of Swords is the energy of curiosity, and then the Moon is the energy of like illusions and fears. And with Shadow here, and how I was talking about how this seems like something that you might be integrating into your whole self, I feel like what this is indicating is you're going to come into a place in which you are really diving into your fears, into your shadows, into the lies that you perhaps tell yourself. You're really going to be exploring your psyche and the narrative that you tell yourself, and more than likely to help yourself get out of this labyrinth. And then we have the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. This to me is adventure. I think that with hunger here, this is indicating that like there's going to be a hunger that is satisfied very soon. And I think for a lot of you it has to do with passion, but also with adventure. And I think with the Eight of Pentacles being right underneath it, this is indicative of it not necessarily being something that is impulsive, but rather this is a gift that is coming your way that I think is honestly going to be a lifestyle shift or a lifestyle change in some way, where perhaps you start taking on a more artistic approach to life, or a more fun-loving or playful approach to life. There's just this element of adventure here that you're turning into a mastery skill set. It's very exciting. Yeah, let's go ahead and get you an affirmation. What affirmation is there for pile 2? What affirmation is there for pile 2? Okay. I can forgive people quickly, release my resentment, and set myself free. Beautiful. Okay, pile 2. Well, this is where I'm going to leave you for today. If this resonated with you, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I will have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose this flower, then this is going to be your reading on what's currently going on energetically around you and how you're showing up, and also what blessings and shifts are coming your way. So these are going to represent current energies as well as shifting energies. This is going to represent kind of what you're working through the most right now, and then this is going to be indicative of what blessings are coming your way. So let's go ahead and move these to the side for right now. Currently, you are showing up as the Catfish and the Child Divine. And energetically around you, we have the Prayer, the Eternal Child, Cornucopia, and Hiding. And in terms of what you are working through the most right now, we have Manipulative. Let go of wanting to exert power over someone or a situation. Do you need to work on your self-esteem? Okay. So, pile 3. With this Manipulative card here, there are several ways in which I could interpret this, and I feel like every single one of them really kind of fits. For one, I feel like for some of you, the energy is the same either way. So maybe I'll just hold off for a second on this. What I'm getting with this catfish and the child divine is that currently you are working through perhaps trying to find your voice or standing up for yourself. The catfish can represent an energy of survival. And while childlike energy is obviously a very good thing, there are two cards here indicative of childhood. And so this is giving me more of a disempowered energy rather than one in which this would show up in the light attributes. So what I mean by this is that with the catfish showing me like an energy of survival, I feel like there are certain aspects of your life currently that you are working through in which you're trying to stand up for yourself, or you're not very happy with how they're going, but you haven't quite mastered how to be your own advocate or how to look at yourself and be your parent. And because of this, for some of you, you might be attempting in any way to try to control situations in which you don't have to feel as though you are starting conflict or confrontation. But I think what's really important here to recognize, and I think that you recognize this yourself, because it with hiding here, I'm getting the feeling as though this is something that you already know, but you just aren't sure how to go about. Standing up for yourself or speaking up for yourself is not being confrontational. It's a matter of self-love. And I think with the prayer here, this is indicative of you searching for answers. And if it's not you who is trying to manipulate your surroundings, there is an energy in your field currently in which you feel as though you're kind of being puppeteered around, and you're not sure how to get rid of this. And then with cornucopia here, I feel like this could have to do with your job. There could be an element here of wanting to perhaps have a raise, or wanting to have a career shift, and you see that you're worthy of it and it's so close to you, but it's still kind of out of reach. And I also feel like there's a lot that you do feel thankful for. This is just currently something that's so strong it's shown up in your energetic field. But let's go ahead and see what's shifting for you. So in terms of shifting, we have bat and we have gossip. We also have the orphan, and we have the animal. We have protect your heart, and in between worlds. Okay, so again, we have more cards here representing childhood, which I think is just fascinating. And then with the bat here, the bat is indicative of having to stay with your mother or not leaving the nest for a much longer time than what is typical. And so for this to show up as to what is shifting, I'm sensing this metaphorical leaving the nest, if you will, and stepping into your own self-advocate. And with gossip here, I'm seeing this in the light attributes, but not necessarily exactly how, like literally. So the light attributes are awakens considerations for the feelings of others, honoring trust. And what I'm picking up on is more of you awakening to the consideration of the feelings of yourself and of what you want, and realizing that like you should be considering yourself and what it is that you want. And with the orphan here, I'm sensing a lot of healing being done that's shifting into radical self-acceptance and radical self-love. Instead of like rejecting parts of you that make you feel uncomfortable in terms of, I don't necessarily want to approach this or stand up for myself, there's a shift coming in which you're going to be in more of an element or an energy of self-acceptance. And with the animal here, this is I love this, because honestly, like the energy here, especially with catfish, with that survival energy, it feels like an energy of like somebody who has so much to say, so much power, and they've bottled it all up. And with this animal here, it feels like a release, like you're going to let out a roar and be your truest, most powerful self. And then we have in between worlds and protect your heart. I'm sensing that this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. And quite frankly, I think that there is an element of trust here in yourself that is showing up in the sense of you shouldn't just trust anyone with your heart. And I'm picking up on you practicing discernment in that regard, which is a really good thing, especially when you're looking at yourself, or you're developing a relationship with yourself in which you are advocating for yourself. And then in terms of what blessings are on their way, we have illumination and sadness. So right off the bat, what I would say is that there is profound healing that is coming your way. But I'm going to go ahead and get some tarot to just clarify what this illumination and sadness is about. Okay. Can you please clarify illumination and sadness? What blessings are on their way? We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. Okay. We have the Hierophant reversed, the Empress reversed, the King of Pentacles, the Six of Swords. What blessings are coming their way? Okay. We have the World, the Page of Cups, and the Three of Wands. And then on the back of the deck, we have Strength. Okay, this is very interesting. So I would say, for one, with the Empress having shown up here, and then with all of these cards indicating childhood, I would say that one thing that is coming to the forefront of what blessings are on their way is healing a mother wound. The Empress is reversed, and this is the energy of a mother. And then the Page of Cups is all about apologies, healing, emotional offers. And I'm sensing you bringing this to yourself, and also taking on a more lighthearted approach in the areas in which you perhaps were taking too seriously in the past. There's a healing of a mother wound here. There's also, with this Hierophant being reversed and the World, an energy of unlearning. And I think with illumination and sadness here, this is indicative of perhaps having created thought patterns out of survival instincts, or out of just wanting to make sure that you're comfortable for a long time, that are no longer serving you. And because of this, there are a bunch of opportunities coming your way in which to unlearn these thought patterns and to redirect your energy and to close out cycles that I think you will find you should have closed out a long time ago. And with the King of Pentacles here and the Three of Wands, another thing that I'm picking up on is stability and financial security. The King of Pentacles is the king of finances, the king of stability. And the Three of Wands is a card of trusting that things are going to be returned to you. So I'm sensing investments becoming fruitful, becoming abundant here. And with the Four of Pentacles being reversed and the Six of Swords being upright, I'm sensing a release. It's the same energy as this animal card that we pulled, in the sense of there's a release of feeling as though you're holding back, and you're no longer holding back. And in doing so, it brings you peace. It brings you a great deal of peace. And Strength is a card of healing and of compassion. I'm sensing that there's going to be, in terms of blessings coming your way, a ton of self-compassion for one, but I'm sensing that you're also going to be finding that a lot of other people are showing you compassion as well. There's a gentleness to this, and there's also a ferocity to it. We have another animal here, and I'm sensing this strength has more to do with you finding your voice and you finding your inner strength, more so than it does with just healing in general. I think the biggest takeaway from this Strength card is literally the word strength, power. Okay, finally, pile 3, I want to get you an affirmation before we're done. What affirmation is there for pile 3? My high vibe thoughts create health in my body, peace in my mind, and love in my heart. Okay, pile 3, well, this is where I am going to leave you for today. If this resonated with you, I would love to know about how it did in the comment section down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching. I hope that I will have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye! Hello, pile 3. No, pile 4. Hello, pile 4. If you chose this flower, then this is going to be your reading on what blessings are coming your way and what energetic shifts are happening. So this pile right here is going to represent currently what is going on in your energetic field. This pile is going to represent what is shifting energetically for you. This is going to be representative of what blessings are coming your way. And this is indicative of something that you are currently working on. So let's go ahead and move these out of the way for right now. Pile 4, right now you are showing up as the prostitute and the storyteller and the deer. And energetically around you, we have Fire Mother, Dependency, the Destroyer, and the Siren. Okay. And then currently what you're working through, victim mentality. The universe wants what's best for you, not the worst. Change your perspective. Okay. So pile 4. With the deer here, the deer is significant of a very gentle energy, but also an energy that is sacred, and also an energy that is representative of rebirth, being reborn. And we also have Fire Mother here, and this is also the energy of rebirth, renewal. This is the energy of the phoenix and being birthed from the ashes. And what I can tell you, just based off of these 2 cards, along with dependency, I am feeling as though for most of you, if this honestly doesn't resonate, this isn't your pile. So for all of you whose pile this is for, that you are replaying some sort of karmic cycle. And I think for most of you, it has to do with a person. But it doesn't, it's something that you are dependent on. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but the Siren and the Destroyer are both people. And the siren is a person who kind of calls you into their depths and takes you for a ride underwater. And it can be very intense. Another word for the siren is the femme fatale. And then we have the destroyer, which is obviously a very destructive, chaotic energy. And so I feel like for the majority of you, this is a person, but if it's not, take it however it resonates, in which you are, you know that this cycle has run its course, that this story, if you will, has run its course, and yet for some reason you have not been able to pull yourself out of it. I think for a lot of you, there might be a little bit of fear here. I don't necessarily want to say victim mentality like this card is indicating. I'm picking up more on like a fear-based mentality, like a what if mentality that's kind of holding you back right now from releasing whatever it is that you really strongly desire to break free of. And with storyteller here, I'm sensing that this is something that you are open about and you talk about, you share or you journal about. There's an aspect here of like acknowledging the truth of what's going on. And with prostitute here, I feel like if this were to be representative of like a job, for instance, that you were trying to break free of, I feel as though you're showing up, even if it's not a job, even if it's a person or some other type of dependent connection that you're in, as the shadow attributes of it, where you're placing considerations beyond your self and what it is that you need in a higher category. So the shadow attribute is places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. So I think for some of you, this could be a connection in which you're really comfortable in, perhaps, and you're not really sure how to, you're not really sure if you want to leave entirely because you are comfortable, maybe like financially stable in this. That's just one example. You could be working for a company that you know really has lost its ability to help you grow any further, and yet you're comfortable, so you're not willing to, even though you know it's time, you don't necessarily want to leave yet. There's another thing with the siren is this energy of a calling. The siren calls to you, and I'm sensing that you're hearing the call and you're ignoring it. Yeah, let's go ahead and look and see what's shifting. Oh, okay, well, I flipped this over, so clearly we need to show you this. So what gifts or blessings are coming your way? We have faith. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But in terms of what's shifting, we have the shapeshifter. We have the Mothman, the Porcupine, and the Bully. We also have the Offering, the Seed, Death of the Deceitful, and Dream Travel. Okay, so let's talk about this Mothman first. The Mothman can be representative of an omen or something really scary. I don't know if you've ever seen the Mothman Prophecies, but like it's a really scary movie, and it's pretty good from what I remember. But anyway, with this Mothman, another thing that is talked about is how some things aren't necessarily as they seem, and what seems really scary actually isn't. I think what this is indicating is that there's a shift coming your way in which this call that feels a little scary or a little bit discomforting isn't actually going to be this big scary Mothman. And with the Porcupine here, I'm sensing that So with the deer is like a really gentle energy and like very docile, and the porcupine is too. But the porcupine also has defense mechanisms in place for if they're threatened. And I'm sensing that a backbone is being created here for you. And I don't mean that in like you don't have a backbone right now. I'm sensing like an energy of leveling up, and you can see it here with bully. And this is like the energy that they're showing you, that your guides are showing you are shifting into. And the light attributes of the bully are highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And I think that this is really indicative of you facing your fears, of allowing whatever it is that has ended to actually end. And with shapeshifter here, I think what this is indicating is that you're going to be more than okay. You're going to be more than just like able to survive. There's going to be potential that I think that you hadn't even considered. And then we have the seed and the offering. So the offering is indicating to me that something actually is going to be offered to you. So if this has to do with a career move of some kind, this is indicating that like the siren's call is only going to get louder and something is going to be handed to you. And if it's not a career, there's opportunities for whatever it is that you were trying to sever that are calling to you and that are on their way to you currently. And with the seed, this is representative of a brand new beginning. And another thing that this card talks about is the origin story. We all have our origin story. So what this is telling me, what this seed is telling me, is that what is currently going on energetically doesn't even cover even like a small percentage of the depth and potential that you have. And for storyteller to be here, this is saying that like what's going on here is seriously setting you up to where you are eventually going to be writing your origin story. It goes much further than what it is that where you're currently at right now. And we have death of the deceitful and dream travel. So there's two things that I'm picking up on here. For death of the deceitful, I feel like for some of you who view this destroyer as a person that you are perhaps in a connection with, this is indicative of that connection finally being severed. If it's and that could be one option. Another option that this could be is that this is the death of you lying to yourself and finally admitting that where you are at is not where you want to be, and allowing that to just end, allowing it to just stay in the past. And with dream travel here, I'm sensing exploration, an exploration for what it is that you want, what it is that you desire. An exploration of all the potential you didn't even realize was there. An exploration of all of the things that were holding you back and then letting them go. But let's go ahead and get some tarot to tell us more about this faith, because it says that the blessings coming your way have to do with faith. Can you clarify faith for me? Okay. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Three of Cups reversed, the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Six of Cups, okay, we have the Ten of Cups. This is beautiful. the 9 of Wands, and the 2 of Cups. Okay, and then on the back of the deck, we have the Hermit. Okay. This is, I mean, this is beautiful. So pile 4, let's go ahead and start with this 3 of Cups reversed and the 10 of Cups. What this is indicating to me is that there is I feel like if you are in a connection currently, or if you're focusing right now on friends and you're really trying to decide whether or not you want to continue those friendships, I think what this is indicating is that how you've been feeling is in fact true, that there is a superficiality to this connection, or to those friendships, or to that career, or to whatever it is that you are applying this to. And in letting it go and cutting that off and closing off that energetic tie, look at this 10 of Cups, this beautiful 10 of Cups. So much more happiness and emotional fulfillment in terms of connections with others, in terms of your heart space in connection with others, is going to be extended to you. And we have the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. Those are some of my favorite cards. I love the 6 of Cups. And this is all about memories, people coming back from your past that like you feel good about. Perhaps even like this could even be indicative of you coming back to yourself. There's just an element with this Page of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups here. There's an element of authenticity here. And in this authenticity, I think, is where the card of faith comes in. It's faith in yourself. Like, one of the biggest blessings coming your way is faith within yourself and within the hopes and dreams that you have. It's so empowering. And I think here with the 5 of Swords and the 2 of Cups, this is indicating to me that you're not going to be able to get what it is that you want if you don't cut ties with people when it's time, or with connections or anything of the sort when it's time, for one. But for 2, sometimes you do have to look out for yourself first and foremost. And you've got to stand up for yourself. And this is what this is indicating, is the sooner you start putting faith in yourself, you start betting on yourself, you start trusting yourself, you start treating yourself as your most valuable asset, is when union with whatever it is, whether that's your soulmate or your dream job or your dream house, whatever it is to you that you want to be in union with, that's when it is going to arrive. It's when you start showing yourself that you're worthy of showing up for yourself and standing up for yourself and treating yourself as your most valuable asset, because you are and you believe it. And with the Hermit here, this is again indicative of trusting yourself, of knowing that you carry the light that you need in order to find the path for you. There's a lot of learning coming your way, a lot of insight, a lot of knowledge, wisdom coming your way. And we have the Queen of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. I'm sensing with the Queen of Pentacles financial abundance, for one. And with the 9 of Wands, I'm also picking up on resiliency. I think in having faith in yourself, you're going to see just how strong you really are. It's very beautiful, Pile 4. I think you guys were my favorite, or at least maybe the pile that I identified the most with. This is powerful. Powerful stuff. Let's go ahead and get you an affirmation before we go. Okay. All that I need is coming to me in ways I could never have imagined, 100%. And I am committed to bringing forth my greatness. I will no longer play small. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to say it again. I am committed to bringing forth my greatness. I will no longer play small. This is so beautiful, Pile 4. I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section down below. If you want to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I will have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye!